I'm going to sign off for this segment right here, and then we'll do some more stuff.
Alrighty.
And we'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Okay, we're back with Dean. He got stuff all over the house, even in his bedroom in his house. So talk a little bit about what's that one, Dean?
I painted 9/11, and people had used it for book covers, and it was a dramatic
Oh yeah,
picture,
definitely.
and it was etched in my mind, and so I drew the two towers with the beast rising up through the smoke. I also did one with Ben Laden's face in it also, and I used this church here is made out of money, which I thought was really a kind of neat experiment. And I've used a lot of these symbols in other parts of my artwork, and the word war down here, I use it as an acronym for what appears real. So, and Babylon, the word Babylon itself is confusion. So when I started doing my studies and stuff, I saw that the world was pretty much in flux, and it has the seven-headed dragon from the book of Revelations and the all-seeing eye. A lot of people believe in a group called the Illuminati, power brokers that control and manipulate the affairs in our world. So
Exactly. What about those other ones you have in your
this one here was like I said, it uses a lot of the same symbology.
Yeah.
And this had to do with the Ayatollah in Iran, which I'm foreseeing a war between.
That's still going on today.
Yeah, it's been going on. The Bible predicted there would be a nuclear war in the Middle East. So
Yeah.
when I see all these pieces come together, I'm not surprised, you know. But knowing about things can remove the fear of them.
Yeah, exactly.
And I use the Babylonian gods, the Assyrian gods, as key points of looking at our world through a biblical worldview. This was actually a picture from that prison over in Iraq. I forget what they call it. I don't know, but I decided to put our Constitution in this place of being tortured and stuff. It's not politically correct, but I'm not politically correct either, I guess.
Anyway, Dean, why don't you come out here to the living room and do some, and maybe you have so many pieces, maybe you can give me like a 25-second critique on them.
Oh,
you know,
okay. All right.
Because in order to get all of them, or try to get most of them, you know, like this big one over here, this huge one is incredible.
Yeah.
Now, what's that?
This is a condensed version of the Book of Revelation. It's got the woman riding the beast. It's got Jesus coming back. The New World Order symbols being cracked. I see a geopolitical global government coming into view, and at the bottom it's all about Judgment Day.
Yeah, that's
not one of my favorite parts of the Bible, but I didn't write it, so.
Yeah, exactly.
All these are dealing with the same themes, using different ideas. I really like the eye, and if I use a different kind of glitter, it sticks out a lot more. But you're dealing with, again, with government and religion controlling and manipulating people.
Your art has a lot of different things to it. I mean, as far as the very important meaning besides the structure of the art piece is it has, like you had the glitter, it has a story, it has like a three-dimensional to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty unique. So how did you ever come up with this concept of doing this kind of art?
I started by illustrating the Bible.
Really?
I'd read a story and I'd see Abraham up there with Isaac and getting ready to do this thing, and I'd paint that image, and I just kind of took key points out of the Bible and started illustrating them. I got some old posters around here that I used to do. And then after I came to a revelation that our country was in some serious trouble, I wrote a booklet and did a cover for this, and that's where I got the idea of the Titanic and this war between basically Satan's global agenda and Jesus, you know. So it was kind of.
Then you have these over here. These are pretty nice large ones.
Yeah, and the dimensional thing is because I started experimenting by using foam core on the back of some of these and lifting them out and trying to give them a lot more depth. And then I was always frustrated with just a flat surface, so I started working with thicker paints and then cutting out things and using the foam core to push them out was really a needed thing. I've done that in several of my paintings. This one over here, I actually got to use one of my main churches that I'd always used in
Oh yeah?
some of my other
Which
pictures.
one?
The glitter church with this down in here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My wife got really mad because I started cutting up real dollar bills to make it.
Oh, did you really?
The original, yeah, that's a copy of it, but yeah, the original's really used dollar bills.
They're all pretty. They're all very unique and very different. I mean, I'm sure when people realize what you're doing and before they know you, they probably have some kind of different judgment about you or your art.
Most people do walk around with a sense of judgment, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do. What everybody. You know, that's a nice picture of Jesus there.
I went to a museum once and I saw all this paint splattered on a canvas and they wanted $1 million for it, and I'm going, okay, you know.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten down to splattering paint all over a canvas yet. So.
Oh, you mean like Jackson Pollock?
Yeah, I
those
liked
guys?
him. I liked his story.
Yeah.
I watched the movie about him and I could relate to his frustration.
He had some demons, didn't he?
Yeah. I think most artists are a little
Yeah.
different, you know, that way.
And this one right here, like the other day, I didn't know what that meant there. That red thing you had to tell me, but you can see right there where it says Jesus.
Jesus is, in between the letters.
In between the letters.
Yeah, my wife actually bought the mirror.
Oh yeah.
And it needed a little color in it to me.
This one over here, I think, is really pretty different over here. I come over and talk about this one here, and
this is the one my wife won't let me sell.
well, I wouldn't either.
And it's basically the resurrected Jesus and his disciples coming to him. I even put myself in the painting in the background.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I put myself in the painting a few times.
Oh yeah.
And down here is kind of like a condensed version of the Bible, trying to make it. You know, you take a book that big and try and fit a simple storyline out of it. But if you can whittle it down, I have always had a desire to find a team of artists and illustrators and computer guys and make a movie of the Bible.
Yeah, you had mentioned when we were talking before we're shooting, you had some a vision or something happened to you that you converted to Christianity or Christian, and so what happened to you again?
Well, I got involved in Satanism, and I found out the devil was real. I read some books that are really hard to find, did some evil things, and voices in my head were always trying to tell me to kill myself.
Wow.
And I did a lot of damage to people, and I was locked up in jail, and these voices kept telling me to kill myself, and I almost did, and I cried out for Jesus to become real in my life because nothing else was. So, and I heard the voice of God, and He says, "I love you, I forgive you, learn of me." You know, and that's what I did after I got out of jail.
Oh, well, that's a great story. I mean, that's to change your life like 100%, huh?
Yeah. It was a gradual process. I didn't go running into a church real quick. I just studied the Bible for several years by myself, used the concordance, and got the basic understanding of it down. And then I just started studying global politics and different religions and trying to, piece this all together.
Right.
And every time I'd have a revelation, I would put it on canvas.
Yeah, that's a great story. So from that moment, your whole life changed, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't that great what God can do?
Yeah.
I mean,
I went through enough treatment centers and AA and different things like that to heal the broken places, but I never did feel forgiven or have any value or worth. And when I came to the Lord, I actually felt forgiven by God and started healing that way and started treating people like I wanted to be treated, all the
Exactly.
time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So.
There, yeah, that's a great story. I'm sure you've helped other people out too in your conversion.
Oh yeah,
You know?
it's part of the deal.
And you said you were at AA before, so I mean, sure you had a lot of different stories there and
Yeah.
helping people out with what you know about
Yeah.
God now. I think it's pretty unique, and there's some other stuff over here, and this one right here is pretty different here too.
Yeah, I've held on to this one for some time. This all started with actually this photograph in here with all these politicians. You're going from everybody from Bill Clinton to
Really?
Dick Cheney. I mean, you stare at that picture and there's like everybody that was in power in Washington's in it.
Wow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's even in there when he was still governor. So it's an old photograph, and I was able to use this, and The Passion came out the same time, so I used some of the images from the movie The Passion and updated it with George, the other guy, Obama.
Oh yeah. So, are you saying now in your life you're at peace with yourself, or
Oh yeah,
are you?
yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's hard to find in life, Find peace with yourself, and
Well-
you're doing what you do. I mean, you love art, and possibly some people buy your art. That you can make a living off it. Then you even be more peaceful.
Yeah, it would be nice,
Be
but
nice.
I'm an artist, and I tried to be other things, and this seems really pure and honest,
Yeah. The only thing we haven't talked about, Dean, is from the different size art for pieces you have in here. Do you have any kind of pricing on them, or do you have any?
I guess I come from a place where if a person likes it, I look at my bills,
Yeah.
and I have no idea the value of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people go, oh, this stuff needs to be in a museum. It's priceless. And sometimes I've just, a person really wanted a painting real bad, and I needed $50. So.
Yeah.
There's nothing. What I would really like to find someday is somebody to maybe, what do they call them guys that sell other people's art, brokers or
a manager or whatever.
yeah, somebody that has I have the creative stuff. I don't have the business sense.
Is that the one that you just suffered through? This one here?
Oh, this goes from his birth, his baptism,
Oh.
Garden of Gethsemane, and the cry at the cross. It is finished. And then I think I did this picture first and the resurrection after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, number one, number two?
Yeah, that kind of
Oh, really?
go through a sequence of that.
How many pieces do you think you have?
I had never really counted, but there's probably over 100.
100
in the
pieces?
house, not counting the stuff in the yard.
That's pretty amazing, pretty different. And I think people, once they see it on the net, you're going to be amazed with the feedback you get from it. Because I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, I've never seen anything like this either. I've had some favorite artists, I really appreciate Michelangelo. That ceiling is just awesome. I've always wanted to reproduce it on my own ceiling sometime.
Yeah.
Using glow in the dark and glitter. And I grew up with like Frank Frazetta and comic books and things like that. So,
Yeah.
As far as I would like to get into more of my sculpting.
More sculpting? Oh, you do sculpting too, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to. That wood carving dragon out front was.
Oh,
was a
that's
lot.
right. I'd hate to go talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, that
Let's do
was
this last one over here and here,
Oh.
and then we'll go outside.
Okay.
This is kind of different, and move that tripod over.
Yeah, this was a lot of information in a small space. And again, I used the 3D artwork. It has a lot of biblical scriptures on it. Jesus cried out, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." And I put the word, "they still don't know what they do." So, and it has a lot to do with the same themes and stuff. This was when that woman in Texas drowned her 5 kids.
Oh, how terrible! Yeah, it was terrible.
And it was pretty close to the tower, so it was a lot of a lot of.
I mean, date wise.
Pardon me.
What date wise was?
I think.
What was it? I don't remember.
I was dealing with both them issues.
Really? Wow.
And I had a lot of, I guess, sadness, anger, frustration, and it just. I've had a friend of mine in Texas want to buy this, but it'd be kind of hard to move around with its 3D and all that.
Yeah, it'd take a special kind of box to wrap it, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Some of my artwork's really, really hard to ship.
Well, let's take a little break, Dean, then we'll go outside.